Hey everybody, welcome back to Police 10-8 Talk. This is Officer Bosco with you this afternoon, a beautiful Fort Wilson. It's a little windy, so every once in a while I might get a gust of wind. I'm also coughing too. So we might get a little bit of wind coming through every once in a while, so just excuse the volume. I'll try to talk as loud as I can just in case. Basically what I'm going to go over today is just a short, brief little video on a new red dot that I got that I'm actually fairly impressed with. I saw a video actually on Nut and Fancy, which is another gentleman who has a YouTube site, which I visit him quite a bit. He did a review on the 503C, which is very similar to the 403C. I got the 403C. The only two differences between the 403C and the 503C is you have two different types of reticles you can pick on the 503C. The 403C only has one. Just a standard 2 minute of angle dot. That's all this one has. The one he did a review on, it has a regular 2 minute of angle dot, and it has another dot that's very similar to like an EOTech. So that's really about the only main difference between these two sites that I can gather. But basically, this is a 403 or HS 403C red dot site. It's from a company called Holosun, H-O-L-O-S-U-N. Okay. They have some really neat gear. I mean, I've checked their website out. They got some really spectacular sites on there. But this one interested me a lot because it's it looks like basically like a standard micro T1. But the one nice thing about it, the one thing to really differentiate it, actually has a solar cell on the top. Okay. And the cool thing about this site is basically it's always going to draw off the ambient light first. Okay, because of the solar cell. You can even be just in a room, and if there's a light on, this thing is very sensitive. It'll actually pick up even if you just have a fairly low light on in a room. It'll draw off the light first. Okay. Then what it does, if you go in a room that's like completely blacked out or an area is completely black, then the battery picks up the power. Okay, which is actually kind of novel. I've never thought of that before. I've never seen a site like this before. Some of the Trigicons have the little tube on the top. It kind of draws kind of on that same theme when the tube pulls in the light. This has, like I said, the solar cells on the side. Okay, and like I said, what it does is the battery will pick up when the light goes dark to where the solar cell can't sense light. So the battery runtime, I think, is this 30,000 hours. It's like 3.5 years. It runs on a standard CR2032 battery, which is basically a standard watch battery, or I think it's even a standard battery used in a lot of the faux keychains on your car. So they're very easy to get. Basically, it's a watch battery more or less. Now, the one thing that's nice about this too that I really like about it, which I'll take this off. It does actually come with the regular cover, which I wish they made. I wish these sites had a little better aftermarket covers on them, but they don't. But anyways, one of the nice little tricks on here is what they did, which I think the T1 kind of started this little craze. It has a little notch on the top of this thing, and you can use that to adjust it. So you don't have to worry about having a penny or a dime or whatever to adjust these sights. It's got this little piece built in where it literally fits in the top, which I'll show you here real quick. It's got a little notch in it, and then you got a corresponding notch on the top, and that fits in here. And you can use that to twist it to adjust it, so you don't have to worry about having like I said, a penny or something else or a knife or whatever to adjust these sights. You literally got the little piece built in there for it, which is a really nice touch. Overall, the quality of these are really good. I've seen micro T1s. I've had a Bushnell scope, and I have to say the quality of this is really great. It's a really top-notch quality sight. It comes with two different mounts on it. This is the low mount, which I like that on my C93. I can co-witness the sights on here, and that's actually how I adjusted it. It's looking through the iron sights. That's how I originally adjusted it.
Is it a plastic body or an aluminum body?
It's aluminum. It's aluminum body. Okay. It also comes with a high-rise mount with the see-through. So it's really nice. Like, even for this, I like having the lower mount on it, but if I wanted to, the whole high mount works as well too. So it comes with a high mount and a low mount. Okay, and that comes standard with it. Okay, here are your adjustment buttons on the side. Now this, the brightness on this goes up to 12, and it's bright. I mean, it's very bright. Normally it's on usually around a 4 or 5 standard setting. But like if you wanted to take it up, like right now, hold down on the plus button, and then you'll see it all of a sudden get a little bit brighter, and just hold down on it or just click it and it'll come up to 12. But you'll have to hold it down for a minute and you'll see it move. Okay. Now it does actually have it to where you can turn this just on and off instead of having it on the auto mode, which I think is kind of neat having it on. I leave it on this mode all the time, where it's always on. But basically what you do is you hold these two buttons down and then it goes out, and then if I remember correctly, you hit the plus button, hold that down, and it comes back on. And that's how you adjust it. But you can manually turn this on and off, or you can have it in a constant on mode, which is basically what I keep it on, because that way anytime I bring it up and I take these off, it's on. So, and as a cop, like when you're in a patrol car, it's nice where you don't have to worry about leaving your sight on. Okay. One thing that's nice too is this mount is specifically made for a micro aim point micro T. So anything that's basically used for micro T will fit the Holosun. It's almost the exact same size the mount is. It fits perfectly on here. But like I said, this is just a brief little video on it. I finally got it dialed in the other day.
How much did you pay for it?
These go for roughly about $188, $189. I think I paid $189 for it. I got it on eBay. The 503s, I want to say are somewhere around the $220 range. So actually, they're not really that bad. I mean, because a micro T will cost you what, about $500? I mean, they're pretty expensive. You know, like I said, a micro T doesn't have that function with the solar cell on the top. But like I said, it's not a super expensive sight. Anybody can afford it. And like I said, it's top quality. I really enjoy it. And of course, it's waterproof, I think down to 3 meters, I believe, which is about the standard anymore. Like I said, it's 2 minute of angle, red dot on it. So anyways, I just want to do a brief little video on the HS403C from Holosun. This is Officer Bosco. If you got any questions, definitely give us a like or subscribe. And just remember to be safe and watch your six.